And done. Okay, and this back workout, we're going to go through technical, where you should be pulling from in the body, how many planes the back has. We're going to go through different training principles. We're going to be heavy, light, more all about form technique, but it's going to be a full workout as well. I've got about half an hour to do this. I've just finished training our clients this morning. So I'm going to get cracking. We're going to do some single arm T-bar rows, okay, with a landmine, heavy compound rows on a Smith machine, some lat pull downs. Now, just going to go through a few things here. You don't need much equipment to train the back. The back's it is majorly a pulling muscle. A few technical things before we start, okay? Wherever your elbow lands on your body and the back of your back is where it hits, okay? And the spiral nature of the wrist makes a difference as well, obviously. I like to try and put myself at a 90-degree angle towards the actual bit of a kit I'm using, but to get the most out of this particular workout, I'm going to go 45-degree angle to everything I'm using in terms of like an Olympic bar, Smith machine, lat pull down, and even like the landmine single arm rows that we're going to be doing. Like you use it for a T-bar row, you can use it for a single arm row. I'll show you that in a second. Then it puts a perfect angle into the elbow. So I'm going to get cracking, and as we go, I'm going to explain everything and go through all technical and all form and technique. So sit there, relax, enjoy, absorb, and try, and then see how we go. Okay, so I'm going to start off with some bent over rows. I'm going to explain the technique and form on this as well. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to start off an overhand grip on this. So no particular reason. I just want to hit the lower part of my lats. I'm going to start to work into the upper part of the lats. Okay, so I'm going to get a neutral grip. That means it sits in front of the shoulders. I'm going to bend my knees a little bit. I'm going to look up. I'm going to arc my lower back. I'm going to put myself in the 45-degree angle in my body. Now, pen lay row is where you go 90 degrees to your legs. That hits a lot more of the back. Okay, but I'm going to be kind of like doing that, hitting the whole back throughout the workout anyway. If you only just got like an Olympic bar, fantastic. All right, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to come back over quickly before I actually start this. Okay, so if I just had an Olympic bar, I'd start at different angles in my body. So I start like this sort of angle, okay? Go over in hand position where you should be putting from the elbows in a minute. Start from this angle and I'll go four more until I hit a 90-degree angle. And I'll start an overhand grip, okay? Wherever the elbows land on the back is where it's going to hit. Now, because of where I'm pulling from into my hand position, that's more my lower back. As soon as I turn my wrist, it starts to go to the upper back more. Okay, so what I mean by that is if you now stood up and just grab, like pretend you're grabbing a bar and pull back with your hands facing forward, you'll feel that go more to the lower because your elbow's pulling that way, away from you, down the lower bit, like the lower part of the lat. As soon as you turn your wrist this way, you'll go like this and the elbow goes up more. Okay, so it's going to hit more the up part of the back. The closer the grip, the more width. The wider the grip, the more the middle part of your back. So if I was to be doing a lat pull down, or if I was on an Olympic bar, okay, I'd lean over, I'd get a wide grip, I'd put it high to my chest, and my elbows are lining pretty much across the top part of my shoulders, which is my rhomboid area. Okay, that's the middle part of my back. As I turn my grip, I start to go more width at the top part of my back. The more I bring my elbows closer to my body, okay, you're going to be getting a hell of a lot more of the lats. Now, if you hold the grip forward, you get the entire back activating. Right, so that hits the whole back activation. Little side tip here, when you're training back, people's forearms really pump up before their back gets to looking. Don't grip the bar. Hook the bar with your hands. Don't grip it until you absolutely have to. Okay, so if it gets heavy to a point real heavy, then you're going to have to grip it, but save that grip until then. Don't grip it too much, okay? It's good to grip it at some points because it strengthens your forearms more, and obviously you'll be working your forearms out anyway individually, but if your grip's a bit weak, but your back's strong, which it will be strong on your forearms at first, which if you just started training, okay, don't grip the bar, use your hands as hooks. Right, let's crack on. Let's start with an overhand grip on this one. Okay, neutral grip. I'm going to stand tall first. I'm going to bend on my knees. I'm going to look up. I'm going to lean forward so my body's now at a 45-degree angle. Now, good things here on a Smith, you can really pull into it. As I pull back, I lean over that bar. I pull my elbows round my body and then pull my elbows together at the back. I'm trying to touch my elbow joints together. That's massively getting my lower part of my lat. If I start to sink down more in the shoulders in terms of from the hips, my upper back starts to come in a bit more. My lower back starts to deactivate. But I want to hit the lower lats first, okay? I want to hit around there first. So here we go, first set. Okay, nice and easy. Just going to do a standard pyramid. So the first set is nice and easy. It's a feel set, understanding the move and understanding where I should be pulling from, making sure my back's nice and happy in terms of my lower back. And yeah, I've got no snags or anything. Okay, what I'm then going to do is I'm just going to go to a lat pull down. I'm going to hit the top part of my back, just with a wide grip lat pull down. Okay, so I always look for 90 degrees in the arms as well when I'm doing a lat pull down. So if I'm holding the bar here and I pull down, if you look at my forearms, okay, there's not 90 degrees. That's really going away from my body. There's no angle on. There's no angle on in my elbow joint here between my forearm and bicep. So as I pull down, I make sure I keep a forearm 90-degree angle between my 90-degree angle between my forearm and bicep head here, and that way I'm getting tons of elbow activation around the back of the body. If I go too wide, it's going real deep in the middle part of the back. It's not that good. So I always keep that 90-degree generally between my forearm and bicep, and that's the same in a stand lat pull down as well. If I had a close grip like this, as I come down, I hit 90 degree between my forearm and bicep, and I pull my elbows past. I do close my biceps up a little bit, but I don't want to just pull straight down because that's all bicep, very little back, because the elbows haven't gone past the back. So I'm just going to go wide grip lat pull down. I'm going to hook the bar, like I said. Okay, I'm going to stretch at the top. I'm going to dip my head for a second. I'm going to just let it sit there. I'm going to feel that at the top part of my lats, just under my armpit. Okay, and as I pull down, I start to pull my body back into that 45-degree angle I was talking about. And that cable, okay, so I'm keeping that cable real level as I come down. As I get to this point here, I'm going to squeeze that into my back. Okay, as I go away, I'm letting that cable go away from me. So that's full tension on the lats. I lean forward, a full stretch, and I repeat the process. So I'm not just pulling straight down and putting my shoulder blades back or aiming for my rear delts. I lean back here, I pull down to the actual cable's level there, okay? All right, and that's 90 degree in my forearm and bicep. Then I'm going to sweep that into my back. And then I'm going to push the bar away as I go up, and that keeps full tension on the lats. Nice stretch here, okay? So I'm just going to get on the set now. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it's now hitting more the top part of my lats and the middle part of my back as well. Now I'm going to do a single arm T-bar row. I'm just going to go around kind of things I'm going to be doing. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. I'm going to put a 20 kilogram on it. That along with the Olympic bar will be 30 kilograms. Everything I work in is kilograms. Okay, here we go. So what we do here is, basically you're going to stand in front of it and you're going to keep this leg forward. With the hand, you're going to grab that bar. Right, so I'm going to go right to the front part of the bar. I'm going to keep this leg forward, stand tall first, bend the knees a bit, lean forward and put my body into that 45-degree angle. When I pull back, if you look at my elbow between my forearm and bicep, it's massively at 90-degree angle. The standard row for using a dumbbell, most people close the bicep head up. It's not really getting full back activation. So I'm going to get a real good stretch here, and get the elbow right around the middle part of the back. It's going to pull myself back into it as well a little bit. So I'm not essentially just doing that, twisting away. I'm going like this, putting the elbow around into the middle part of the back. And I'm giving an extra little twist at the top to fully activate the lat. Okay, and this is going to hit pretty much the lower part and the top part. It's the hand position. So this way, you're going to get more to the top. This way, you're going to kind of get a bit of both, lower and top. This way, around, if I was holding something, I'm predominantly going to get more the lower in a rowing position. Not so much on a lat pull down. Again, if you're just using this Olympic bar, think about different hand positions, different body positions, practice it without the bar, see where you can feel it, go wide, closer, reverse grip, and you won't need much else. You can just get away with an Olympic bar with some place. Kind of same with dumbbells as well. In fact, anything, dumbbells are more they're more, what's the word, useful for the fact that you can utilise the actual fact that you can pull them out wider and pull back in. Olympic bars you can't do that with, but if that's all you got, you should work with it. Okay, we go away on holiday, and when we go away on holiday, if we're going away like camping or something, I just take Olympic bar and some plates. That's it, and I have some of the best workouts. Just using lat pull downs and Smiths, just for a bit of variation. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do a set of these first. I'm not going to fully fatigue. I don't want to, not with that sort of weight. Okay, so the reps about 10, I don't know, 12 reps or something, I'm not too sure, I'm just feeling it. Remember, don't do like 2 or 3 primer sets at most. Your third primer set should be pretty close to working set, and then do 1 or 2 all-out sets with a rep range being like 6 to 8, around that, but it needs to be goddamn hard. And then when you get to 8, push it for a couple more, okay? It's proper hypertrophy, so building muscle as such. If you're just for like flexibility purposes and keeping fit and healthy and aerobic sort of stuff, aerobic twitch fibers and things, and you want to keep the reps a little bit higher, a little bit more speed in the reps. I'm not going to go through that whole thing now anyhow. So stretch out and round, my elbow goes into the middle part of back. I twist back a little bit to get that full contraction. I let the bar go away from me a little bit because every muscle rounds, including the back, and I round out on the way out. Let's have a side note when training the back, tense your shoulders. Tense your shoulders and you'll engage your lats. So I'm putting tension on the muscle even before I've actually done anything. So I'm just going to go around that again. I'm going to giant sit on this. Okay, so I'm just going to up the weight on every single one every time I go around. Simple. So I'm going to stick with the overhand grip on this again. This will be more of a working set because after this one I'm going to start reversing the grip and bringing more of my upper lats in, which is slightly stronger than my lower lats. Holding. Muscles are designed to hold as well as rep. Go. That's nice. It's cool. Remember, when you're giant setting, which is more than one exercise, not more than 2 exercises, one after the other, so 2 exercises, one after the other, supersetting, and that can be with the same muscle group or antagonist muscle groups or 2 completely different muscle groups. Because I'm using the same muscle group, I'm giant setting, I'm hitting kind of like, I'm going from the lower part to like the upper part, single arm rows. It's going to give out quite quick. So the weight won't go up as much as it would do if you were just, say, doing this on its own. Keep the rest period short, like 15, 20 seconds most, something like that. Time under tension, full range of motion, all really, really important stuff. Yeah, so let's just get on with this next section. Okay, again, I put a nice stretch here. I lean back to a 45-degree angle in the body, so I get the best of both worlds. If I was in a 90-degree, I'll be down here. That's 90 degrees to the cable now. Okay, but I like to sit about there. I'm going to stretch here, lean back, keep the cable level on the way down, so I get that 90-degree angle in my arms, to my forearm and bicep head. I'm going to sweep that in. And that's full lat activation, that one. It's not quite the lower part. Yeah, cool. Hey. Just giving out real fast. So 6, 7 reps, that. Pumping up though, feel it. Okay, man, give that a try because it's so direct. You can't get away from keeping that 90-degree angle. Okay, apart from when you're stretching out there. As soon as it gets to a certain point, that sticks in there. Can't cheat at all. Okay, so up the weight on this now. So that's 50 kilograms side amount. That's with the bar. Unhand grip now, so grip facing forward. Hold it. Oh yeah. So I don't use attachments like grip for my grip. Okay, I just hook the bar like I said earlier. But I like to work my forearms anyway whilst doing back. I work my forearms on their own. But in terms of like I'm trying to, I just want my grip to be strong. I use wrist straps, so I've always had like reasonably thin wrist, so I have to support them, otherwise they can start to hurt. I get tendonitis in them sometimes, so that's why I'm being careful with that. Into working sets now. Stretch 45, right? When I'm back into pull position, I'm into a 45 position. So I'll pull back now, down, and sweep in, sweep out, down, sweep in, and sweep it away. Sweep it in, sweep it away. So keep the cable straight on the way down, smooth the elbows, or the forearms and biceps go to 90 degree angle. Sweep it in. Now, when I can't do that sweeping motion, I'm going to lean back, then I'm just going to pull it. It's called a mechanical drop set. Can you get them for a second? That's called a mechanical drop set. Okay, so mechanical drop set is when you either change the angle of something to make the angle on the cable easier, or the angle of the body. What I was doing there was I was going away from putting loads of tension. Thank you. Putting loads of tension by pulling down and sweeping, and I took away that tension as such a bit. I was continually letting that muscle work just by pulling straight down, which is what people generally do on saying that pull down anyhow, just pull straight down, which is nowhere near as effective. Okay, lose the ego, lose the weight, contract the muscle, full range of motion, make sure it's working to its full capacity before you think about any form of weight added. So I'm going to whack I'm going to put 20 kilograms on it. So the bar, 2 plates of 20, 50 kilograms. Hey, pop. There's no real training principle at the moment, so apart from mechanical drop set, which I've just done, so that's a bit of a lie. Okay, holds, yeah, we've been doing some holds. This is just basically a giant set with whatever I feel like I need to do at that particular point in time. Don't let a program dictate you. Don't let a structured workout dictate you. You might go and have every good intention of doing X, Y, and Z, and especially if you're going to a commercial gym, people will be on that bit of equipment, whatever the dumbbells aren't there that you need, whatever, okay, or you're not quite feeling that day. Do what feels right. Do what feels like it's going to work. Start the session, and if you think, no, I want to do a bit more X, Y, and Z, whatever it feels like in terms of like higher reps or more holds, a few pumps or whatever feels good at that point in time that you feel that you're getting the most benefit from that particular exercise and whatever muscle group you're training. Hope that makes sense in some way. Go. Okay, so I'm probably going to take that up to, I'm going to put another 10 on there. Okay, so 60 kilograms on there, not too sad at the moment. If that was your normal dumbbell, probably up to like 70s or 80s. Not that matters. I'm just saying, because it's just so, the angle's just so harsh on the back. What I'll do off of the back of this though, once I've done my single arms, I'm going to grab a V-bar like this. Okay, and I'm just going to tuck it as you would do as a normal 2-bar row and just bring both arms in. Okay, not yet though. Here we go. So we've got on this, we've got bar 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 kilograms at the moment. The side, that's 120 kilograms in total. The bar weighs quite a bit on this on its own. Anyway, there you go. Here we go. Underhand grip. Pull through the legs first, stand tall first. Bend the knees a little bit, look up. It's okay. So what I'm going to do on here now, I'm going to change it from wide grip, so I feel like I fatigued that. Don't need to do any more, I've already fatigued that, I've said this before. I'm just going to reverse the grip, okay, and start bringing more the lat, more the top part, more the thickness side of it. Okay, I'm going to keep my grip neutral. I'm not going to go too close. I'm going to bring it about here. Here we go. So we got on lat pull down. Now this doesn't really matter too much because your lat pull down will feel different to mine possibly. So weights are relevant. We've got 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 kilograms on it. Okay, but again, if you put 80 kilograms on a weight stack, you probably, I don't know, you feel completely different. All machines are different. That's the problem with machines. Sometimes you'll be able to press more or lift more on one machine. You'll go to another machine, oh God, or another gym, and you can't all of a sudden. So it's good to just use free weights and dumbbells and barbells, really. And if you can, for variety, use cables and machines a little bit. I just like using dumbbells and barbells anyway. That's what our mechanics are. Machines don't know our mechanics. You do. So again, right, as I come down, I keep that straight as possible. As soon as my forearm and biceps are 90 degrees, I ram round. Okay, ton of tension. Push the bar away off, and you think, push your way on the way up. Now, because I'm talking and holding, I'll put some pulse in because I missed that top part. Okay, so if you can't get your head around angles and things, right, there's always going to be a point in that move, that particular move, that's going to be strong, and there's going to be a weak point. So say mine on a bent over row was my strong points at the bottom, but my weak points at the top. Yeah, and you think, well, how do I just get that on it? So, right, so you work the full range until that top part is fatigued, but the bottom part's still got loads in it. Just work that lower range. Work that lower range, okay, just until that fatigues, and then give it one full pull through and do one slow negative so the whole muscle gets a clean through, if that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, it's that simple really sometimes. Right, so I said on this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to single arm row, other side, this side, then the other side. I'm going to put the T-bar on it. Okay. Yeah. That's good. Good stretch, good contraction. Again, I'm not holding that, I'm hooking my hand around it. That makes sense. Right thing. Does that make sense? Yeah. Right, grab the T-bar. So what I done there was, I stayed in that 45-degree angle. I thought that was too easy. It was becoming too easy, so our dog's running around. I thought that was too easy. So what I done was, I put it into more of a 90-degree angle, full stretch, pull back, and then lift it into it, so I extended my chest into it. Might look like I'm kind of like standing up. It might look like I'm standing up, but I'm not. Okay, so basically I'm coming from here, Penlay Road, 90 degrees towards my quads. Okay, my body is stretching. As I pull back, I just come up a little bit and I push my chest forward, and that's full contraction. So because it was too easy, I was starting to rep it out. Maybe I've got about 10 reps. I want to make it harder. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back from here, go to my reverse grip pull down. We'll add a bit more weight on this, and I'm going to finish off on the rows. Hopefully add a little bit more weight to that. Again, I'm putting pulse in, that top part hasn't finished. Okay, I'm going to make this the last set now on the rows. Might do a drop set on it, I don't know yet. The back's nearly there, the top part of the back, okay? Put in my lower back a little bit. So I'll do some deadlifts, some good mornings maybe. I don't know, we'll see in a minute. It depends how pumped up it is from doing all the rows. Okay, cool. This is when you've got to use a bit of power. We're fully fatigued. Okay, this is when you use a bit of power and control the negatives. Otherwise, all forms should be strict. All forms should be strict until you absolutely have to cheat. Obviously, we should know about that anyway. And done. Do a quick drop set. Strip about 20 kilograms off the side. Bring it back to more control now. Might do a hold as well, depends. Really pulling myself over the bar and do that to fully contract those to the bar, to them little pulses, and then back through once. And that's that. Okay. What I'm going to do now is just a few pull throughs. Now I'm going to put a finishing move in. Okay. So this is like a Nautilus machine. Dorian Yates used to love these. You sit in the machine, you pull your both right round. That mass gets a massive stretch at the top part of lats, as you see where your elbow goes. Okay, stays a 90-degree angle, it comes all the way around and cleans the entire back through. It's a finisher. I'm going to do mine for rope. Okay, so I like to be able to put it beside my thighs. So generally I use a longer rope than this, but I'm going to stick with this one for now. At the top part of the move, I put my head between my arms. I've got a full stretch at the top part of my lats. I'm leaning forward. And as I pull the rope down, I stand up in time with it. I get it right past my body. Everything's fully activated in my entire lats. And as I go up with the arms, I lean forward with the body. And obviously, I've got more of a range of motion in my arms than I have in my body. So I've got to try and keep that in time. I don't want to like stand up too early or pull down too early. If you can't get your head around that, just stand nice and tall and work through like this and put that good stretch at the top. But I'm going to lean forward. Hold it now, I'm stretching. Okay, pull down, really contract into lats, round it as well. And another good tip is massively push that down into the floor. And the actual cable will naturally come round into the back. The hands will actually come round in the back. So I'm not just pulling down, I'm pushing it into the floor. And then I'm pushing it into the floor on the way back, leaning forward. And when you fatigue with that, you just put one foot in front of the other. Finisher, pull through, finish 10, 9, rounding. As you see, I'm rounding my elbows down towards the floor, trying to keep as much 90-degree angle in my forearm and bicep head as much as possible between the two. So, yeah. What I mean by that is between my forearm and bicep head. Hopefully you understand that by now. Okay. I'm going to do one more set. And that'll be that. And that's back done, basically. My lower back's pretty pumped up. So I'll do a bit of core after this, but you don't have to worry about that. This is about the back. Okay. Right, that's about 15, 20 seconds. Last set. Stretch. Head between the hands as well to put even better stretch. Lift the head up at this point. Start to pull the rope apart. Massively feel it. I'm done with that, and I'm just going to do some pull throughs. Yeah, it's pretty good. Right, top part of my back needs a bit, so I'm going to pull my elbows high to my body. There, thumping some blood in. Good. And that is that. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you took something from it. Make sure you watch the whole video. Sorry, you would have if you've seen this. So whatever you've taken from that, even if you're an advanced lifter, we're always learning. We're always learning, okay? Angles, where you're pulling from, the angle of your body, don't need much equipment. Okay, sometimes you just need a limit bar or a standard set of dumbbells. It's your mechanics that's super important. The tension you put on something, the full contraction from its longest to its shortest, understanding that you should be contracting the muscle right before even moving the weight. Okay, so any question, just ask. Otherwise, have a great day, or whatever time it is, or wherever you are in the world. See you in the next one. Bye.